Hello Flosstube, it's Jody, Simply Stitching Ocala, and this is episode 31. It is, I think, August 25th. It's Monday. It's been almost 2 months since I've been here. Last time I recorded was July 1st. We've had a lot of stuff going on. If you're new, welcome. This is a channel about cross stitch, sometimes quilting, a little bit of sewing, recently adding knitting. So I'm going to try to make sure I put timestamps below. I'm going to do some personal updates with some good stuff and some not so good stuff. So if you're not interested in hearing about the personal stuff, just look at the timestamps and fly on by to the stuff you want to see. So let's see. It's been a busy summer. I do have notes, so I try not to forget. If those of you that follow me on Instagram, you know, I do post a lot of stories on Instagram. So some of this stuff you may be aware of already. My daughter and her husband live about 20 minutes from us. And I quite often post Corbin, my grandson, who is almost 3.5, on there. And my daughter is pregnant and she is having a baby girl due in January. So we are very excited for that. Mimi knew about the gender. I was the only one that knew. Had to keep it secret. Did the like smoke, no, not the smoke. It was like a spray smoke. And my daughter and her husband each had a can, and Corbin was there, and we were videotaping. My husband was videotaping and I was taking pictures. I mean, even my husband didn't know, I didn't tell him. So, it was great to catch that emotion, because my daughter literally, I mean, they thought that for sure they were having another boy. Boys pretty much run in the family. But it was from a blood test, which is like 98%, you know, it's not like a sonogram. But afterwards they're like, are you sure? I'm like, listen, the portal said it. I confirmed like the technical terms, all the things. Yes, it's a girl. And then when she went for her next appointment, she's like, could you just confirm that that's what it is for sure? Anyways, so they were super excited. They will have one of each. And then my daughter says, I am done. She did not have a good delivery. It was 4 days of hard stuff, and then still had to have an emergency C-section. So anyways, moving past that, we did a couple things. We did 4th of July with friends at their house for the weekend. My husband had another work conference in Orlando at the end of June at the Evermore, which we'd never been there. It's amazing. If you ever get the chance to go to that resort, it's so cool. It's like you're in the Caribbean, but you're not. You're in Florida and you're like right by Disney, but it seems like you're on an island. It's so cool. It's like an 8-acre pool, but it's like sand, and most of it's like zero entry, and it was super cool. And because of the accommodations that they were doing for everyone, we were able to have my daughter and her husband and my grandson come down, and he went on the huge water slide. So proud of him. He was just shy of actually tall enough to go, but they let him go. I mean, he's a good swimmer, and he had to wear a life jacket anyways. They all do. So that was really fun. My son was going out of town, so he didn't actually get to join us, but that's the first time in all the years that we've done conferences that we were able to actually have them come, because there it's like there's 4-bedroom, 4-bath condos or house rental. Like everything is huge. Like there is no like hotel room, you know? So anyways, it was a great time. So if you ever have the chance to go. It was great for the family. Then we also went down to my husband's parents, spent the weekend, because it was my husband's 35th high school class reunion. It was nothing formal. It was just like at a Irish pub. Most of the people, you know, we keep up with on Facebook, nobody that he's super close with. We're a year apart. We went to the same high school, Dr. Phillips in Orlando, and we we never dated in high school, but we know a lot of the same people. So it was good to see people, but then it's also just like, they're not people in your daily life kind of thing. But it was still good to catch up. And just, you know, there wasn't, I mean, the graduating class is just under 1,000, and there was probably only like 70 people there. So there was a lot of people that we didn't get to see, but it was good nonetheless. Also just recently, and I'll make sure like I put pictures over here. Oh, I should say this is also different setup. The lighting is different this time of day when I'm filming. So hopefully it's okay. I just felt like it wasn't good over there. Anyways, so I will put pictures up here, or I'll probably have them in the beginning of the slideshow also. But we have 2 goats that we've had, that we got when they were 6 or 7 months old from a neighbor. It was a, hey, they keep escaping, we don't have the right fencing, do you want to take them? And so Olive and Hazel, I think I've talked about them before, they're on here. So they're probably a little over a year old, and they're with the cows. And we've talked about it. There's some different circumstances going on. We've had the cows since they were a week old. We've bottle fed them. They're 18 months old. Our original plan was at 15 months, when they are supposed to be able to be bred, like healthily bred. They are Jersey Holstein cows, and they're milk cows, super milk producers. We were going to breed them with Angus bull to get a beef cow mix, but then still have the milk from them. Anyways, for different reasons. I mean, they're like 1,000 pounds each. They're super lovable. They come up to you at the fence, they pet you, all the things. I think because I bottle fed them the most, if I go in the pen with them, they want to play with me, and playing with a 1,000-pound cow for me is a little scary. My husband's fine. He'll just push them away, you know, whatever. Anyways, I just worry. I don't, you know, I would not let Corbin in there. Bottom line is, we have a friend who was raised on a dairy farm, who has cows, and my husband we offered to give them to him. He is going to breed them. We can visit them anytime. He said they're going to make such great mamas because they were bottle fed. He will love on them just like our own. And we're going to move forward. We have 2 other goats currently. They're in our backyard. They're not down in the pen, that are 3 months old and 4 months old. They are Nigerian dwarfs. And we are going to have them and see if we start a little colony, a little herd with them. My plan is to eventually, I would love to be able to make goat milk soap and honey we have bees with our honey, which is all natural. It's supposed to be really great for eczema, all the things. So stay tuned for that sometime next year. Hopefully that happens. If it does, of course, I'll put some in my Etsy shop and on my website. So y'all are, if you're interested in anything like that. But it's fun. So if you want to follow me, Simply Stitching Ocala on Instagram, you can follow my adventures with the goating. Right now, they're in our fenced-in backyard. Lucy, who we got first, I call her Lunatic Lucy. She's like an escape artist. I know that goats climb and all the things, but when I tell you that she can jump from the ground to, we have like pasture fencing, so it's all wire on the bottom, and then there's an open slat that goes across top. She jumped from the ground all the way through that and got out, which we were like, we've never thought that, you know, obviously they can jump on things and then get out. Anyways, we had to put wire over both of those. They're in the backyard, and then in the evenings we're putting them on the back porch in dog crates, just because they're small, and, you know, coyotes, bobcats, etc. So yeah, so that's just a new fun adventure that we are on. Wasn't the best timing, but this is the arrangement. We got him from the guy. He's taking the cows. His name is Ernie. He's taking the cows either Sunday or Monday, Labor Day weekend. And so, but he had these goats that he was getting from somebody. It needed to happen when it happened. So anyways, okay, so now on to the not great news. I'm going to read what I posted on Instagram. And I know this is like I don't normally do this kind of personal long update, but it's been 2 months and I just wanted to let y'all in on life and what's been happening. But it would be easiest for me if I just read what I wrote to be able to share it with you. My husband and I love sharing adventures with you, and although this trip wasn't planned, we feel it's important to talk about because it might just save someone's life. Back in January of 2025, my husband Ken's primary care practitioner recommended a coronary calcium scan since he had been on cholesterol medication for some time. Our insurance company didn't cover the scan, but thankfully my husband decided to pay the $250 out of pocket. That decision ended up being life-changing. The scan showed some blockage in his arteries, which will be monitored. His stress test came back fine, so no intermediate intervention was needed for his heart. But the scan also revealed some nodules in his lungs, and out of caution, Ken was referred to a pulmonary doctor. After a lung function test, which was normal, the doctor ordered a follow-up CT scan to compare with the January results. This time, they noticed one nodule in his right lung had grown from 6 millimeter to 10 millimeter. A bronchoscopy was recommended, and on July 31st, they performed the procedure to biopsy the area. On Tuesday, August 5th, we received the results that Ken, a 52-year-old non-smoker, was diagnosed with lung cancer in his middle right lobe of his lung. Since then, we have met with oncologists and thoracic surgeons in both Ocala and Gainesville, and after much thought, we have chosen Dr. Odenton to perform the surgery. On September 4th, Ken will undergo a right middle lumpectomy at the UF Heart and Vascular Hospital in Gainesville, Florida. He will spend 3 to 5 days in the ICU, and then, God willing, will be on the road to recovery. During surgery, they will also remove 3 nearby lymph nodes to check if the cancer has spread. We are hopeful that it is contained to just the right middle lobe, and that once removed, Ken can go on living cancer-free. We share this not for sympathy, but to spread awareness. A simple scan, often not covered by insurance, can detect problems before symptoms ever appear. We are forever grateful to Karen Larson for recommending the coronary calcium scan. Without it, we never would have found this so early. And obviously, we don't know a lot. We've recently learned a lot about lung cancer. And for so many people, lung cancer is found when they actually have symptoms. And by the time you actually have symptoms for lung cancer, it's generally progressed a lot further. I didn't put this in there. The scary part is, even though it was biopsied and we know it's cancer, when he did the PET scan, his cancer, even the one that they biopsied, does not even show on the PET scan. And they said the type of cancer that he has, a lot of times in lung cancer, it does not show up. So the scary part for us is we don't know if it's other places. They said it's more like a spider web and not necessarily all nodules. So try not to cry. If you pray, if you send positive thoughts, if you could just keep us in your prayers. On the day he has surgery, and then in the 2 weeks, they said it would be about 2 weeks on pathology. They take longer at UF Shands. It is a teaching hospital. It is a teaching hospital. And they meet, they have a board, and they meet to discuss pretty much almost every case, is what they've told us. And our friend that has had breast cancer twice, that's where she's gotten treatment. So that's why it does take a little bit longer. Ken and I, my husband and I, discussed about sharing, because, I share everything. My husband doesn't share stuff. I share everything, and I just feel like it's so important to share, because if she wouldn't have recommended this scan, it wouldn't have been found, because he has no symptoms. So in doing so, I have had multiple people message me saying they had no idea. They are gonna see about getting the scan. I had another friend in town say that this is the second person that she's heard that having this scan caught something else and not something with the heart. I had another woman message me, which was reassuring. that her husband is one of the anesthesiologists that works at the Heart and Vascular and works with Dr. O'Denton, and said he's wonderful, he's amazing, you're in good hands, which is, you know, reassuring. We liked the thoracic surgeon here as well. We just felt overall to be at like a trauma 1 level, we just felt more comfortable at that hospital. So anyways, I just wanted to share, and I will, you know, I will post updates on my Instagram as he's going along. He will be home for a few weeks after that. He'll work from home. He just can't go in his car or visit customers. He can't drive, obviously, all the things. So I will also be doing, you know, physical therapy, being on him about resting, about not overdoing, about all the things, right? So, okay, enough of that. Just thank you for everyone who has supported in me sharing. You know, I just feel like, you know, you think lung cancer and you just think of people that smoke, and my husband has never been a smoker. So, you know, my mom also died of something called pulmonary fibrosis, which is a scarring lung disease, and she died at 71, and she also never was a smoker. So, you know, I feel like it also hit me harder having another person be hit with something in their lungs who is not a smoker. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on to happy stuff. Again, I only share to make awareness, to put it out there, to maybe help someone else. So I will say I have not been doing a ton of cross stitch, just with all the different things going on, and with me trying to teach myself with YouTube and my friend Felicia Flossom Box on Instagram. Thank God for Felicia, because also, you know, I'll get to that later, but she has been a super amount of help. So let's start off with finishes. I have two finishes. The first one is Hello Summer. This was a free stitch Friday, I believe, right? From Primrose Cottage. Not that you can answer me, but I'm pretty sure that was a free stitch Friday from them. And so I did it. I did not bring my card over. Shame on me. I do have a project detail card, but I don't have it, and I don't remember what I did it on. But it's super tiny because I stitch on 20 count Aida. It's super tiny, and that's a pin from Just Another Button Company. I'm not sure if I still have some in the store or not. It was in a variety pack, and then just some gingham with my little patch cover in the back, and then some Lori Holt Rick Rack on the sides. So, and that sits in my dough bowl in my kitchen with some other fun summer stitches. And then the next one, I believe I started this after my last video sometime in July. So this is the Earth Laughs, oh my gosh, it's upside down, by Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread. And yeah, I'm really bad. I have the cards out, but I don't know where I put them. Oh, here it is. I don't know where the other one is, but this one is on Legacy Fiber Arts Linen, Low Tide, 20 count. And all the called for colors. I love this frame. I literally did like barely a border. It's like 1/8 of an inch, I think. Like, it's super tiny, super tiny. Maybe next time I'll do more, but so to be honest, I did across here, and then I did across here, and did I just do down? No, because I had down this side. So I did here and here and then over to here. So I knew where the bottom would be, and I knew where the side would stop. And then I went to Hobby Lobby with it, and I didn't have like any of this done, probably any of this done, and ordered this frame for it. So yeah, so it's a little tight, but I still really love it. And there was let's see, I think here, is it here? I think here there's supposed to be like a butterfly, and I didn't really care for the look of the butterfly, so I just put like another little doodad flower motif thing. But I'm excited to put this up on my everyday stitchy wall now that I've showed it to you guys. I just absolutely love the colors on this. Like, it's so pretty. It's gonna go really pretty. I think it's gonna go above every opening flower, so I'm excited about that. So those are the only two finishes I have. So now let me move on to whips. I don't think I've showed this. I can't remember if I started it. Maybe I did, but I did work on it in the beginning of July, but then I haven't worked on it since. So this is A Grateful Heart by the Scarlet House. And this is an exclusive in the Homespun Needlework group on Facebook. So you can't currently get it. I'm sure it'll be released like next year. But if you go on, you can join that group on Facebook for free, Homespun Needlework, and they release an exclusive from different designers every month or two. So this is the only one I've purchased so far. And this one I am stitching on 20 count cold foam Ada by Be Stitch Me. And this is where, let me move that needle minder so you can see. And this is where I currently am. So not that, I mean, it's a huge chart. And again, I think I have talked about it before, that I wasn't sure if I was going to do this portion up here, if I was going to do the top portion, or just do underneath that. I'm still not sure. That's why I started at the bottom. I'm always pretty much a top left starter. That's where I like to start. But because I'm like, I'm unsure, I was like, just start at the bottom and work from there. So I need to get back to that. I really do like that. Like I said, I just haven't been stitching a lot lately. I haven't, there's been a lot of things happening, a lot of appointments. And I have brought it with me, but sometimes I just feel like I haven't been able to concentrate. I haven't been able to count. So the next one, I can't remember. I don't think I had started it. I think I had talked about starting it. So this one is called Reindeer Stocking by LIzzie Kate. And they stitched it on a 19 count natural cork linen. And they do it, their design is actually a 10 by 15, like to make an actual large stocking. But I'm not doing that. I'm doing mine on 20 count. And you'll be able to see, like, it's definitely not going to be large. It's going to be small, where maybe Corbin, my grandson, he has a little Christmas tree in his room. So that's my plan, is to just make something small, like into an ornament that he can put on his tree. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's not like it's huge. It's just, again, all I want to do when I do stitch is stitch on things that are for my wall, because I just want to get more things on my wall. So I'm having a hard time like switching to other things. And then, oh shoot. Okay, so I just realized, so I have this, but I don't have the paper with me. And I was like, oh, I'll just show you on my tablet, but I can't because I'm using my tablet to film. Okay, well, I'm sure you've seen it. It's Plum Street Samplers Every Gift, which I was able to get a copy of. If you look, I feel like there's been a lot of these on DStash lately. So keep your eyes out if you're wanting it. If not, it'll get released next year. So I don't have the picture to show you right now. And I worked on it like 1 or 2 times and then I just stopped. So, but you know, it has the big blue barn. It has a flag over here. It's like a floral border. Anyways, I feel like it's something that I could keep on my wall all year long. And I'm doing it on, let's see, I'm doing the called for colors. And I don't even think I have my card in here either. I'm sorry. I don't feel the most prepared, but I also was just like, if I don't do this soon, I don't know. It's on Cedar River Overcast. Sorry, I did find the card. If I don't do this, I don't know when I'm gonna have time to do it in the next, you know, he's having surgery next week. So, anyways, if you've seen every gift, people post about it. It's super pretty. It's a big chart for me, but you know, that's going to be something that I'm going to do for my wall, for my everyday wall. And then the last whip I worked on, which I just started. This is a new start. So like I said, my daughter's having a little girl, and so she looked at some patterns and would like me to make a birth sampler for her. So this is by somebody I've never, it's called Happinesst or Happinesst on Etsy. She has a lot of different ones. Now I'm not so sure about all the border and the dividers, and I don't actually have the DMC colors for those. And obviously they don't have a name picked out yet there at the top, or obviously the date or the weight or any of that. So I'm just starting with let me get the flowers finished. And then I feel like once I get the flowers finished, I'll go from there as far as picking out, like they have a gray. So this is all I've gotten done. I literally started this last night. Very, very tiny start. And I can't even remember. Oh, yes, I do. It's on 20 count fiber on a whim Morganite. So it's a super, super, maybe you can tell against this. Probably not. I mean, because it's not that much of a difference. It's a super, super pale pink. It's not really showing up. It's very pale pink. But when I was looking at my stash, I realized I'm like, I don't have anything that's actually like white. Like that's what the model is stitched on. I don't have anything that's white. Like I have no 20 count fabric that's white. And I feel like that's because things don't show, like if you have light colors, it doesn't show up as much on white. I don't know. But so I went with the pale pink, and I think that's going to be great. I'm going to get those flowers finished. Then from there, I will pick, I don't think I want to use the color that they picked. It's like a gray purple DMC for the border and then a darker one. So I don't know. After I get it stitched, I'll figure out what I want to do for the border. Okay. So that's that. Then I have a lot of haul because I'm going to say this. Also, I have been since the end of May, no, first week of June. I have been doing Weight Watchers. I've lost like 22 pounds. I'm working out 6 days a week, walking on my walking pad, lifting weights, doing all the things. And I have always been an emotional eater. And so all of this happening, all I want to do is eat the chocolate and eat the things. And I'm not letting myself do that. So instead, I'm emotionally buying. That's what I've been doing. So just throwing that out there. When you see, and here's the thing, I'm not even going to show you all the haul. I can't even show you all the yarn haul I bought. And again, not that anybody wants to see it. I do try to post it on my stories on Instagram when I get stuff in. And I have more coming because I've ordered from all different places and they take weeks to dye, you know, like, and all the things. But I love it. So okay, before I go into yarn, let's go. I'll do 2 little sewing projects. So when I went to put up my my summer, sorry. After 4th of July, I take 4th of July down. Right after 4th of July, then I put up summer for the rest of July and all of August, and then September goes to fall. And I was like, oh, I have these little small end tables, and I'm like, oh, I don't have anything that will go with it. So I just sewed some strips together of some different yellow fabrics I had, and then just machine appliqued it onto some other fabric and made this cute little thing. And I have like a dole bowl that sits on it, and then people can put their drinks on it, no worries, you know. And so I did it with stuff from my stash because I just felt like sewing something really quick. Sometimes I just want something that's quick, that's an easy finish, you know. And then this one again, I'm bad. I did not bring it over. Can't remember what it's called. The pattern is by Camille Ross Kelly, and the fabric is also by her, Summertime. So this pattern is a full quilt pattern of strawberries, but then she also includes this mini. It's going to, I've decided it's going to go up right there. I have not put the flag is that I made that I've showed you before is right there. It might go on this wall here because I decided I want this nice and bright back there. But so it's super cute. I forget what the size is, but it's super cute. And then I have one of my Sweetwater tags on the back that has my name on it. And then in Sharpie, I know that's not the best, but in Sharpie, I like to put the date or the year at least, you know, just to have it. So someday when somebody finds it at some thrift store, that they'll be like, oh my gosh, this is however many years old, you know, because I enjoy when I find stuff at a thrift store, if it has labels or such on it. I mean, I even try to look up people sometimes, you know, because I'm a little creepy like that. So let's see. All right, next in haul, I did end up ordering this, and it just came in like a week ago. I would say Enable Visioned by Nicole Spohr. Thanks, Nicole. Is the Modern American Vintage. So he hand makes all these, so it took a while. And it's the Strawberry Clapper. So, you know, when you're ironing your stuff and quilting, and then you set this on it so it holds it. But I have regular Riley Blake wood clappers, but I thought I need to get one of those. So that just came in recently. This is haul, but also like my own thing that I'm just going to share because, no, I'll wait till I get to socks. Till I get to yarn, sorry. So let's see, I have some recent purchases. These were another thing I got on Stash Unload. So these are some Brenda Gervais that I had not seen before. So does it have the year on this? Because this doesn't even say, no, this doesn't even have the year on it. Hold on, I'm gonna open it up and see if the year is on the inside at all. 2016, it is, it's on the inside. So I would like to make this for my wall. It's called Live Simply, and I have never seen it before. Anyways, I thought that it was really pretty. Sorry for the glare. So I got that on Stash Unload. And then the Holiday Hoopla snowman. And this is called the Candlestick Maker Sampler. And I went back and forth. It was from the same person. Like, I don't necessarily like the people holding the candlesticks, but I like the house with the, I don't know. So I was getting the other one, so I just ended up getting it. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure how I'm gonna, like, what I'm gonna stitch from that. But anyways, so those are some new patterns that I did receive. Then I did a huge, also this. I have this also. I don't know if I have any more of these in my store, but this is the Blackbirds When the Leaves Fall. And there's 10 projects in this book. And it's just really pretty. And I really like this back one. Super pretty. And I know it has a pumpkin, but and then the acorns are a border. I don't know. I still feel like I would like to make that and keep that up all year. I don't know. We'll see. But it's not going to get started this year because I don't need to start more of all the things. So recently I went through, I have not destashed them yet. I think I may just put them on Instagram, like a couple at a time or like one at a time. I don't know. It's on my list of things to do. But I went through and I just recently decided like I'm just not like the vinyl front bags anymore. And that's just me personally. I just prefer an all fabric or a folder. And so I pulled a bunch of those out. So then I was like, oh, well then that means I need some others to replace those. So I haven't sold the other ones yet. But look for that because I think I'm going to do it on my Instagram at some point in the near future. But the first one I will show is actually my quarterly Tiger Lily Project Keeper. And I don't know where I put the little card, but this is the folder. Super pretty. I love that inside fabric too. And then in this box, there were some other goodies that have already been eaten and such, but she had this really pretty, she designed this chart herself. Be your own kind of beautiful. That's the chart. And then it came with, this is your own Gloriana silks. So it came with the silks in this baggie to stitch it, and the backing fabric and rickrack so that you can make it look just like this. So at some point I want to stitch this, and I want to put it up there with my cross stitch stuff. Again, it's just not on the table right now, but that's okay. And then Rika from House of Stitch and Stash, she was having a sale, you know, I don't know how long, some time ago. And I love this. No, I'm not going to, is it Actuum fabric? It's fabric that I feel like I can't really get. And so I got two of the same fabric. So I got, and this is showing up really bright. It's not that bright of a pink. It's a very, I wonder if I put the board behind it. It's a very pale pink. Yeah, that's crazy. It's showing up like fluorescent pink, and it's like very pale pink. Not sure why. So I got a fabric project bag, and then I also got a folder as well. Okay, now see, that's showing up true. That's bizarre. Why is one showing different than the other? And then it's on the inside. I love the design of this big floss holder because I use it. Isn't that so bizarre? I wonder if I put them next to each other. Like, it's the same. Oh no, it's not the same fabric. I take it back. I take it back. It's not the same fabric. But again, that pink is not fluorescent like that. So weird. Okay, the next ones, these, I bought these from somebody on Instagram. I mean on Etsy. Huh. There's no tag. Okay, I didn't realize there's no tag on these. So I bought them because they were Tula. And they're bags, and they're made with, they definitely are like foam because they're thicker. She has a cute little owl charm that goes with it. And then on the inside, she has a cute little clip holder there. So like if you want to put your floss ring with all your flosses on there to hold it, keep it neat. Yeah, so I'm sorry. If I remember, I will try to link her shop below. And then the other one is the new line with the bees. Had to get that. We have bees, right? So I got that. I told you, it's a lot of haul. I'm sorry. The next bag, a lot of project bag haul. Okay, the next one is from Wildberry Stitches. And I got her fabric bag with a thread bed. Love that patchwork. Love that patchwork design. So I haven't put any projects in these yet because I was waiting to show them. And then the next one, this one is from Starry Owl Stitchery. And this is Tilda Wallflower fabric and patchwork. I'm trying to think, yeah. And then the back is blue. Super cute. And then she also has a little owl charm on the zipper pull. And then this is from Jess Como Stitches. This is like the best fall fabric. I love blues. Aqua's my fave, but how good is this? She's already had the sale, so, but she's gonna have more fall, more Halloween coming up, so make sure you check her out. And that's Como Stitches, and you can find her on Instagram, and she does a sale every Friday night, and she sells out within minutes every week. She also has a Patreon if you want to join her Patreon for $5 a month, where you can see, and she does like special Patreon only sales like once a month for some different fabric that she won't ever use for regular sales. So go on over and join her for that. Okay, so now we're coming to the knitting portion. Again, me trying to teach myself with YouTube videos, and Felicia hand holding me, who is Floss and Blocks, sending me very up close videos, saving me on a Zoom because I was ready to throw my project, all the things. The first thing is, like, I have project detail cards that for cross stitch that I have in my store, like many others do, that I design, to keep track of all the things. Because sometimes, you put that whip away forever, or sometimes I steal threads out of it or whatever, but to keep track of it. And so I was like, okay, well, I need something for making socks, because that's really all I want to do. I just want to make a lot of socks. I want to make socks to give away. I want to make socks for gifts. Like, I do maybe want to make a baby blanket. Not sure that's going to happen because I feel like January will be here before I know it. And a blanket is like a lot to make. But we will see. Of course I bought yarn for it. But I was like, I need something to keep track. So, in 2019, I designed, a Stitch Mania journal, and a cross stitch journal, and a quilt journal, and a knitting journal, and all the things, way before anybody else had cross stitch journals out. That was in 2019, and they sell I have them on Amazon, sorry. So you can still go on. You can't purchase the Stitch Mania ones anymore because they were for specific years. And then I haven't done them in the past 1 or 2 years. But the quilt one, the everyday knitting, like all the things, you can go onto Amazon and just search. If you search my name, Jody Keach, Keach, Jody Keach Smith, all the ones that are on there, that you can purchase will be on there. And I was like, you know what? I need a sock journal to keep track of all the socks that I plan to make. So, this is the sock journal that I designed, and you can find it on Amazon. You can also find it a little bit less in my Simply Stitching Ocala store, simplystitchingocala.com, or same thing on Etsy. So basically it's just that. It has the front page that says, handmade by whoever, and then it has like 71 pages. It has this little spot. So you could actually put like a larger picture that horizontally, or you could just put like a small picture if you have one of those sticker printers. But it tells you start date, finish date, yarn dyer, yarn color, sock pattern, needles used, ribbing, cuff, heel, body, toe. Like all the things that I felt like I needed to keep track of. So this should last a long time, unless you're somebody like the crazy sock lady who knits like 90 something socks a year. That's not my plan, but anyways, this is my sock journal. So I just wanted to share because it was something that I wanted to have on my journey of knitting. And then I thought, well, when I looked it up, I didn't see anything that I thought was cute or pretty. And obviously I like bright and fun. So anyways, okay. So my first project, though, I was trying to do sock at first, and I was trying to do finger weight yarn, which is very thin, and all the things, and it just wasn't going well. And then I was looking it up, and they were like, no, you should do a dishcloth and use 100% cotton and all the things. Okay, so I finished this on August 9th. It's got a million mistakes. I'm still going to show you. It's got a million mistakes, all kinds of things, but it's my first finished knitting project. And I feel like it's just gonna go up from here, just doing learning, right? So I actually have another dishcloth. I feel like the hardest part for me is getting my hands used to it. And I still feel like I don't hold the yarn correctly, or like, I just feel like I'm constantly having to shift it. And when I watch people's videos and they're just like, it's so fast, that I am so slow. And that's fine. It's learning. It's just been frustrating for me because I usually pick things up really fast, and this has not been one of those times. But I actually have my walking pad in the morning after watching Crazy Sock Lady. I've actually been knitting on the walking pad while I'm walking, just practicing the dishcloth, just still keeping the hand motion going. Not sock, because I feel like the sock I have to like concentrate more. So I'm going to show you, and this is in like a wintry chicken bag that, until some of my other bags are here, this is what it's in currently, and this is so cute, and I can't remember who it's from, but it's super cute. And this yarn is from it's Everyday DK Weight, and it's from Must Stash yarn. And so I have it on this little winder. Since this winder, I've also gotten some like stretchy covers that you put over your cake. And here, this is a so this is a top down, so from the ankle down. So sorry, let me get my needles. These have these cute little point protectors, but this is where I am on my sock. And this also has 2 mistakes in the purple row. This was I was using the Chigu needles that you can screw on and off the different size needles, and the yarn, it had come unscrewed a little bit and I didn't realize it, passing it back over. It had gotten caught in there. Long story short, I had to like move things off the needles. I had to, like, it was a whole thing. Thank goodness Felicia helped me through it, because I was just going to be so sad if all that progress was gone. Because like I said, I'm really slow. The cuff here, I believe, is 20 rows of knit 2, purl 2, and then it's just regular stockinette stitching. And then I have these progress markers every 10 stitches, so I know where I need to be. But so I'm loving the self stripe yarn. Like, that's my fave. I love it. So, and I'm at the point right now, I'm at actually a stopping point where I need to divide, or I need to go start. I don't know if I actually start the heel flap. I don't know. I'm at a part that I don't know how to do. So at some point, Felicia's going to help me, but I've started the second sock and I'm only like a couple rows into the cuff, because I can get to this same point with the second sock before I actually need to know, you know, what to do more. And then I also started a, I don't think my sister watches this. I'm sure she doesn't, because she is not into crafts or anything, but she's always cold and always working on the computer, and her hands are always cold. And she last year was saying how two different things. She wanted some fun leg warmers, like from, you know, back in the 80s, 90s, and she couldn't find anything. And then she also wanted some cute, like, fingerless gloves so that she could wear them in the house and still type and such. So I actually found a super easy pattern for that, where you just knit like a rectangle, and then you fold it over, and then you just stitch together at the bottom and stitch together at the top, and you leave an opening, and that's where the thumb goes through. So it seems super easy. I've only stitched so far a couple rows, and then I was back to my sock. I'm sure I'm going to have some good hospital knitting time. I'm on surgery day. Only one person is allowed to be there at all the whole time. No switching out or anything. So his surgery is about 4 hours, they say, if there's no complications, and then he's going to be in recovery for hours. It'll be a long time until I get to see him in ICU. So when he gets a room, so I will have plenty of time that day to stitch or knit or whatever to keep my mind busy. And I'm just going to show you just a couple yarns. Like I said, I've got a ridiculous amount of yarn stash. I'm just making sure, you know, I have plenty of choices when I move on to the next project. I've only finished this, but I have plenty of supplies and stash because that's how I roll. Okay, so I'll just show you a couple. So this is from a company called Art Thread Boutique. And this is a called Rocky Shore, and it's a DK weight. And look how pretty that is. That's the thing. I've resisted for so long because I see everyone post their pretty yarns. And I've just resisted. And then I finally just was like, you know, there's no store near me within an hour that teaches any beginning knitting. There's no yarn stores, nothing. So I have to buy online. My friend Jessica, Sweetwater Stitcher, she had contacted me because I did get, it's over there. I don't know. Let's see. Can I turn this? There's my Swift. There's the Swift and there's the yarn winder. Because I tried it. Oops, sorry. I tried it with like something that was from Hobby Lobby. It was a disaster. It was a disaster. Maybe it was just me, but I'm so glad I got that because when I'm ready, when I'm ready to use this, I'll wind it into a cake and it'll be ready to go. So that's been a fun adventure. This yarn, Moon Glow, so I had no idea. Absolutely love her yarn. So this is a sock kit. So sock set. So like this is the base and then you would use these minis to do like striping. And Jessica was texting me about like that stuff because she wanted to get something and what did I get? And anyways, I was like, oh, I just got some stuff from Moon Glow and it's so pretty. And she was like, oh, did you know that that's Mrs. Jones, Holly, Mrs. Jones Stitches? That's her sister. I'm like, no, I had no idea. So when I posted a story about it, Holly had messaged me and I was just like, I had no idea, but I absolutely love your sister's yarn. It's so soft. I don't know if there's still any advents open, but she does advents and she shows you it's a rainbow advent. And so you know what it looks like. So it's not a surprise. And those just went on sale on Friday to order. I don't know if there's any left, but I did order it. I don't know. There's different things that people do every year with yarn advents. I will have to look up. I know Kari Tiger Lily has done some things too, but not sure. I just want all the pretty yarn. Anyway, so that's one of the things. And then I also joined the Freckled Whimsy Club, which is monthly. I'm trying to think if this is my club. I can't remember because I have more than one thing that I got from them, but this may be, I think this might be the club. Anyways, this is called Brick Not Black, and it's also a stripe. It will be a stripe. Is that better? It'll be a stripe sock, and then you can use that little mini for coordinating heel or toes. Not that I know how to do that yet, but I will say, if you're interested, I've had multiple people say, oh my gosh, I'm gonna start knitting because you keep posting all that pretty yarn. I will say, the Crazy Sock lady on YouTube, who I joined her YouTube membership channel, but now she's starting a full-time job and she's canceling it, which I totally get. She's still gonna do regular videos when I can, but she has so many good tutorials on her playlist. She sells patterns that she makes for all different types of socks. The one I'm making is called the Vanilla Sock by her, and it's on Magic Loop. And you can go, she has an Etsy store, the Crazy Sock Lady, and her patterns are like $3 or $5. Like, they're super inexpensive. So, but I've learned a lot from her. And then also the other person I've learned a lot from is Denise DSantes. And she just came out with this book called No Fear Sock Knitting. I got it off Amazon. But if you go follow her, but that's her, what is her name? It's like Earth Tones. Does it say in here? I should have looked that up. I'm so sorry. You can look up her name, but she has a YouTube channel and she has an entire free sock class. Like, she doing it with you along the way. It's all separated by different parts. So if you also want to try to learn, go check her out on YouTube, because it'll be great information that she shares with you. So yeah, so I mean, I know that it's ever evolving. If you were just here for the cross stitch, sorry, but I mean, I've always have a little bit of some kind of sewing, and then now every once in a while I'm gonna have some yarning also. So let's do giveaways really quickly. So I will say that from my last Flosstube that this was the winner I announced last time, and it was Gourmet Texas, and I never heard from you. So Gourmet Texas, I will give you a little more time since I hadn't, you know, been on to announce it again. If that is you, go below and you can email me at simplystitchingocala@gmail.com and let me know that you've won this. Or you can contact me on Instagram as well. So because I would like to get that to you. And then this was the giveaway for last time, because Jody bought 2. So it's Grand Old Flag. And the winner of this is Sandra Adams 2677. Sandra Adams 2677. So if that's you, again, reach out to me via the information below, and I will get this out in the mail to you. This is not a new booklet because I obviously stitched this. And you will see that I folded it in half. This was when I was traveling to Blue Earth to go to the Welcome Stitchery Retreat. It got folded in my bag, but everything else is fine inside. The chart is fine, all the things. So I thought I would offer, because this is such a sweet stitch, to do as a giveaway. I would just like to know, I don't know. Let me know what other crafts you do besides cross stitch. Are you a quilter? Are you a knitter? Am I making you want to knit, seeing the pretty yarn? Let me know, and I will draw a winner for this the next time I'm on, which again, I'm not sure. I know I was trying to do once a month, and that's still what I want to try to do. Hopefully with everything going on, that's still a possibility, and I have stuff to share. I know I'll have haul to share next time, because like I said, I've ordered a lot in the last few weeks. It just hasn't all come in yet. So thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for letting me share my husband's journey and information, and hopefully it helps somebody else. Thank you for your thoughts, for your prayers, for your good positive vibes, all the things. So until next time, thank you for watching, and happy stitching. Bye everybody.